Hey guys, welcome back. It's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So today's article comes out of Now the End Begins. Let's get into it. Okay, in your Mark of the Beast news, because nobody's talking about this, let's read. Mastercard launches next step in evolution of biometric payments, now allowing you to use your face or fingerprints to buy and sell in the Metaverse. For real. Just in the Metaverse. Just in the Metaverse. Come on. Okay. If you're reading that and you're just like, oh, this is great, you're the tomfoolery that's happening. Okay. Mastercard is piloting a new technology that lets shoppers make biometric payments with just their face or hand at the checkout. Right hand or forehead. And if you didn't have the mark, you could not buy or sell. Remember, it's right here. For space between the eyes. Or this is my left hand, sorry. This is right hand, right? Biometric payments with just their face or hand at checkout and designed to work in the Metaverse. Day by day and bite by bite, big tech is encroaching further and further into your body. And they're doing it with full consent. The ultimate destination, of course, is human implantable device that would be located in the back of your hand, in the back of your right hand, or inside your forehead. For now, like a seemingly disinterested cat, exactly, I just said this, cat watching the ducks go by, they're quite content with the face scans of fingerprint ID, right? Up to the moment they pounce and they take the whole thing. Revelation 13, 16 and 17 says, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and in their foreheads, right here. And that no man may buy or sell save he that had the mark, the name of the beast, the number of his name. I remember working at Citibank back in 2012, writing about how the next wave of credit and debit cards were going to contain a microchip, and everyone laughed and called me a conspiracy nut. But I knew what I was talking about because I sat in meetings where the plan was to be revealed. Just like I spend time in my King James Bible, where God reveals the end times plans for anyone who cares to read about it. There's a lovely picture here of like this chip under this guy's hand, and there's a device scanning and it lights up. It says, man in Netherlands right now is using a microchip from biotech firm Walletmore, implanted in the back of his hand here to buy and sell. Mastercard launches biometric payment tech that lets you pay with your face or hand in stores and in the Metaverse. So we just read it was the Metaverse, and now it's in stores and the Metaverse. Come on, it's a simple, easy step. It's logical, it's rational, makes total sense. You're not going to keep this in the Metaverse. That makes no sense. The company on Tuesday launched a program for retailers to offer biometric payment methods like facial recognition. There's that, by the way, facial recognition, like we do with our phones, like my phone. There's a reason that's being collected, right? So you're able to be scanned and or watched, right, when you're in the masses, just like a China, where cameras are going and they're just picking up, and they can spot your face out from so far away and say, that's you, that's you, that's you. And then they can trace where you're at, right? And then they can watch your daily routine and then the places you go to and the places you'll frequent and where you go and what dates and times and what you were doing and the people you were with. And then now you start to segregate those people, you start to follow those people, you start to plant people so they can get captured, you start to watch their movements so they can slip up. You just do everything. And then now that they know that, you can start blasting them by saying they go to this store, this store, this store, and this store. And those stores don't want to be affiliated with you because they know that you're a shopper with them and that you go against their government. So if you go against their government, then they're going to say, you know what, we're going to bar this person, throw a screen up, and it shows people who have been barred, right? And your face will just pop up and multiple faces will just slide through. Not allowed here, not allowed here. They're not for us, they're against us. Rinse and repeat. They don't want to take the mark, yada, yada, yada. If you see this person, call the police, right? If you see this person, shame them, boo them, whatever, insert whatever. And then other stores will want to do that because they're not going to want to be stores known to support horrorists, or domestic horror, and that make horror films I'm not trying to say that word, that starts with a T. The list goes on. I can literally just give you scenario after scenario after scenario. Even if it's not the scenario that will happen, it makes total sense as to when the real scenario actually happens. You're like, yeah, this is what's happening. This is what is happening. You are putting people in a group tank or a group think, right? And you are just literally grooming them to believe that you are the outlier. You are you're the problem child, and you need to be dealt with. You need to be exterminated, terminated by any means possible. You are a threat. And everybody that that works with you, anybody that that hangs out with you, anybody that is nice to you or cooperates with you. Hey man, you don't want to be around those people either. And if I have a business and I got to feed my family, well, I don't want that to happen because I got to make sure they can be fed. And so I told you, when food comes into play, when you cannot buy and sell people, the worst parts of us will come out. It'll be bad. So there's your daily Weston's thought experiment out of how things will be and how humans react under pressure. Video for you. Video thoughts for you. Okay, let's continue. It says that checkout users will be able to authenticate their payment by showing their face or their palm of their hand instead of swiping a card. The program has already gone live in 5 St. Marquee grocery stores in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Mastercard says it plans to roll it out globally later this year. Just perfect timing, by the way. 2020 has just been great for us. All the research that we've done has told us that consumers love biometrics. AJ Bala, Mastercard's president of cyber and intelligence, they want making a payment at a store to be convenient as opening their phone. Let's see here. 1.4 billion people are expected to use facial recognition technology to authenticate a payment by 2025, so in 3 years. More than doubling from 671 million in 2020, according to the forecast of Juniper Research. To sign up for a Mastercard, you take a picture of a face or scan your fingerprint. Oh, that's weird. That's weird for me. To scan your fingerprint to register with this app. That's done either on a smartphone or a payment terminal. You can then add a credit card, which gets linked to biometric data. It's similar tech to that's being trialed in by Amazon. The U.S. Mastercard says it plans to bring the program to U.S., Europe, the Middle East, and Asia at a later date. And we saw this last year, 2020 or 2021 with Amazon. And I did a video on that where they have like Amazon Pay stores, like there's nobody that works in the store. You just use your hand to pay. Mastercard's biometric tools could one day help development of payments infrastructure for the Metaverse, according to Bala. What we are working towards is the Metaverse, he said, right? Where everybody will be stuck in a different reality because they don't want to live in this one, because this one is they can't live out their dreams and their crazy desires, and they can do it all digitally, and then they can put all these sensory things on you to make it feel like it's real life, and then you can have sex in the Metaverse, you can do vandalization, you can live out your dreams, whatever you want to do, and how ever violent you want to be, because it's just the Metaverse, right? It's not real, right? So you're not doing any harm while you're literally being like what's the movie Wall-E, where people are just overweight sitting in chairs, right? And it's like they're so serviced that people don't even need to get up, right? So you just pee and poop and eat and sleep in your chair, right? And somehow that works. And for what for? It's almost like to just like make you dumb, right? To make you not want to get up, to make service is so convenient that it would be an inconvenience for you to do, just to get up, just to always rest, and to always just be, you're working hard, right? Instead of taking care of yourself and taking ownership of your life, right? Instead, you just hand it over to somebody else who really wants to do it and help you. But we always talk about this, there's nefarious means behind it all. There's always this surface level thing that could be great, but we all know that the root of it is something very, very demonic, dangerous, nefarious, something that will, it's just pure corruption, pure wickedness, right? Happens every time. It says here, the Metaverse refers to a hypothetical virtual world where your users can work and trade or socialize. We just read that. The term attracted lots of buzz in Silicon Valley thanks to Facebook's rebranded to Meta last year. At Meta briefing in London, Mastercard showed off the augmented reality headset that warns the wearer if they're on potentially fraudulent e-commerce site. Another feature the firm is experimenting allows users to select and buy items at a virtual store using nothing but their eyes. These products, we talked about that as well. I did a video on that. The further from reality, Mastercard's biometric checkout service, but give a flavor of what to expect in the future. Bala said that you could eventually try on some clothes virtually before buying, or link them to an NFT, a non-fungible tokens, digital assets that record ownership of a virtual item on a blockchain, right, with their biometric identity, just to get all your biometric data one way or the other. And then you can see here. So, that's the video, guys. I mean, this is Revelation 13 all over, right? Talk about this all the time. One of the main topics of this channel is to talk about the pre-tribulation rapture, the rapture in general. Talk about the coming of Christ and just everything that's been happening over the past 2 years, and to talk about people who will be here, who are not Christians now, who will probably be Christians later, right? Who are unbelievers right now, who will come to know Christ during the tribulation, right? During this time. And they will not, hopefully, obviously they'll not be fooled. Hopefully videos like this will help, and this will and show people that the lies that were happening, the mass amount of deception and the plans that have been happening long before to get to that day where things are happening, where society is collapsing, society is worshiping an antichrist, and they want to, and they don't want Christ, they don't want God, they don't want any of it, right? And they're on the fast track to hell. They're going to accept the mark of the beast, and that's done. That's it, one and done. And off to the lake of fire you will go forever and ever and ever. So anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you in the next one.